I'm Corbett Wall with DV Auction, here with your feeder flash for Wednesday, February the 15th, brought to you in part by Nature Safe by Diamond V. Nature Safe is a natural, non-antibiotic solution containing numerous metabolite compounds specifically formulated to optimize health and performance in your cattle. Keep your cattle all natural. For more information, go to diamondv.com. Expectations as we start into the spring here. We've made it through Valentine's Day. We went past Groundhog Day, and of course the groundhog saw his shadow, so we're expecting a little bit more winter here, but he always sees his shadow. But seems like the weather's starting to turn a little bit. We're going to get some late season snows and storms here, but starting to warm up more rapidly than it was here over the last 2 or 3 months. And the weather's turning a little bit. We're starting to get moisture in places that has been needing it really badly. We actually had some moisture here in the Amarillo area on Tuesday evening. But so, you know, it's things are starting to turn. There's been a lot of snowpack up in the northern plains. That's going to start melting. You know, it's going to be really wet, and there's not going to be a bottom to this ground here for a while. But then when temperatures start to warm up, there's going to be a lot of grazing here, guys. And they may not get a quick start to planting corn, but our expectations are high for a good corn crop. It's about time that we have a big bumper crop of corn. Got a big price on it. We're expecting farmers to plant it, you know, from the shoulder of the road to the shoulder of the road. The bad thing is I'm hearing some more grass, the native grass is being broken out to plant corn and beans, which every time your grains get high, you see that. But our expectations for markets have been being met. We're getting up there to the prices that we thought we were going to see. I don't know if we're going to reach all the prices that the board says that we are likely to see, but you can lock those prices in if you like them out there. If you're going to be turning cattle out, you need to be getting an LRP on those cattle, guys. And but we're seeing, you know, we're seeing $3 lightweight steer calves. We're getting up here with our yearling feeder steers bringing well into the 180s. I think they could probably top $2 in your 8 weights. We haven't quite seen that yet. Our fat cattle sellers, the few negotiated sellers that we have, they're learning how to negotiate again. They're holding tight until Friday evening when we're starting to see higher prices almost every single week. Now we have some market analysts, not me of course, but especially a lot of your ones that follow the technicals. They're starting to get nervous that the market's going to fall because their little squiggly lines say that they're going to, and they don't know how to read, or they don't really have any faith in fundamentals. Yes, we will be receiving seasonal pressure here, but things are different than they've been before. We sold a lot of cattle ahead. We're going to be still in tight numbers of fat cattle, and your packers are going to be short bought and behind. So I think we can weather about any storm that we have to come from. The only thing we really have to worry about is a black swan event, which that's the thing that's been hurting us the most here over the last several years, is a black swan event, something coming in from out of the blue that doesn't have anything to do with fundamentals, and we hope that we don't run into something like that. But you know, things are going pretty well here, pretty much according to plan. Most of our Midwestern farmer feeders and cattle people are Kansas City fans. Kansas City wins the Super Bowl. Everybody's excited about that. We just got things kind of going pretty good, and we really don't have much room to bitch, other than our input costs are just so out of sight. And of course that's bad for anybody, no matter what kind of business you're in, or just people living their lives. Our everyday things that we buy all the time are extremely expensive, and they don't seem to be backing off anytime. But we're starting to see some of your cattle people take profit when they see it. And I mentioned on our last visit, but you don't see it very often, especially a big corporate feeder selling cattle that they have backgrounded and started and meant for their feed yard, and bringing those cattle back to market to make a quick profit off that. You never see that. We've started to see that in places, guys. They don't want it advertised. I'm not going to talk about who it is, but it's happening out there. If you see an opportunity to make some money, you need to take it. Let's talk about your board. On Tuesday, Valentine's Day, February live cattle futures are down 12 cents at 162.15. April down 42 cents at 164.67. Back months down 17 to down 40, but not terrible at all. March feeder cattle down 55 cents, 186.65. April down 70 at 190.90, and we just had too much success over the last several sessions. The only reason that it's down. Back months on feeder cattle down 20 to down 67, but nothing out of bed. Your grains were lower, so all your ag commodities were cheaper on Valentine's Day. March corn was down 2 3/4 cents at 6.82 1/4. March beans down 5 1/4 cents at 15.37 1/2. Fat cattle trade starting to see a little bit here, but you know the market's pretty darn good. And if you got some guys, and we still have some guys that are really sick of their cattle, or maybe they don't have as much contact and in the know about when the market's trading, but we just get a few guys selling, but it's nothing to establish a market. I still think it's going to be higher. I still think it's going to be late Thursday and Friday before we sell them, and I think it's we could gain another maybe $2 in spots. Iowa sold 400 head confirmed on Tuesday from 159 to 160. That's not a big deal. No sales in Nebraska or Kansas. Texas had a load sell at 159. Stockman's Livestock in Yankton, South Dakota, your biggest and best fat cattle auction in the nation, sold 3,800 head on Tuesday. They get a lot of the program cattle there. Not necessarily verified by any one brand, but non-implanted or drug-free cattle that they will sign a release on. And about 70% of the run is non-implanted or drug-free cattle there. But your conventional cattle, which is only about a third of the cattle there, they sold $2 to $3 higher from 158 1/4 to 162.50. Your non-implanted or drug-free cattle sell at a premium, 161 1/2 to 168. And that's not 1 and 2 head deals, guys. That's loads and part loads. But they selling $3 to $4 higher. Box beef cutout values were higher, and quite a bit higher. All of a sudden, we're seeing this rally in your box beef cutouts, and it's not really due to do that yet as far as what your seasonality says. But choice cuts were up 211 at 272.06. Selects up 257 at 258.78. Slaughter 251,000 through the first 2 days of the week, 5,000 more than last week, 3,000 more than the same week a year ago. Talk about what else is going on. And we've been having a lot of fun with this Punchy Pick of the Month contest that we've been having, and we're getting a lot of them. We appreciate them, guys. We look at all of them. We judge all of them. We throw them together in the month there. If you get an impromptu pick of something that's just going on through your day, and you think it's pretty ranchy or pretty punchy cowboy stuff, just go ahead and send that to punchy@nationalbeefwire.com, and you'll be entered. Doesn't cost anything. The winner each month is going to get some cool stuff from Beaver County Stockyards, Beaver Feed in Beaver, Oklahoma. But the main part of the prize is a case of Farapiece, that revolutionary product that you put on the cattle's muzzle and poll, and it calms them down. We stress that you try that. We think you're going to really find that fascinating when you put that on calves you're wanting to wean, or you're putting through some kind of a stressful event. But a case of that is worth over $1,400, and that is going to be included in the prize package for Punchy Pick of the Month, guys. Talk about your feeder cattle market, your real-time index on DV auction late in the day on Tuesday, sitting at 182.74. That's down 41 cents, and we've been getting up there pretty high, and guys are just backing off a little bit. Still a lot of demand for feeders, but they don't want to push the prices anymore right now. It seems like when we gain a little bit in the fat cattle market, then we can go up a couple dollars on feeders, but then they don't want to do any more than that. We had some good sales last week, and in comparison, they're running about steady. But Ozarks Regional Stockyard in West Plains, Missouri had 3,600 head through the ring, another 1,175 through their in-house video they do with help from DV Auction. A lot of success with that. Market was mostly steady on all classes. Yearling's not really well tested, but market fully steady. Your Zoetta stick-out sale of the day was Kimball Livestock Exchange in Kimball, South Dakota. Over 4,100 head of feeders there. Had a really good sale. Look at your automated market report from Cattle Market Central and your best tested weights. 723 head of 6-weight steer calves in Kimball, South Dakota. Average 671 with a weighted average price of 204.80. 640 head of the 7-weight steers. Average 758. Weighted average price on all of those, $190.55. Impressive. 967 head of 8-weight feeder steers in Kimball, South Dakota had an average weight of 841 pounds and a weighted average price of $185.16. Wow. How about the best tested weight of heifers? 419 head, 7-weight heifers, average 746 pounds. Weighted average price $174.84. Give you some individual quotes around the regions. How about Fredonia Livestock Auction in Fredonia, Kansas? My friend Brad Hahn there has got a snappy sale, and he sold some high dollar stocker steers there. 121 head lightweight stocker steers weigh 465, bring $2.56 a pound. Atkinson Livestock Market, right up on the Yellow Brick Road in Nebraska. 81 head, 653 pound steers bring $2.30 a pound, weighing over 6.5, guys. How about out east? Knoxville Livestock Auction Center, Mascot, Tennessee. You think you want to order some calves out of the southeast? 82 head, 527 pound steers bring $2.20 and a half. Right there out east at Knoxville, close to Knoxville, Tennessee. How about Lolly Brothers Livestock Market in Macon, Missouri? They sell a load of black baldy heifers. Probably should have been kept for replacements, but the demand for feeder heifers is good, and they were the kind of heifers that need to be fed, not because of quality, but the condition that they had was very attractive for feeding. Was told that they would feed similar to steers, or at least on the get-go they will, but a load of those black baldy heifers in Macon, Missouri weigh 830 pounds and bring $179.75. Steers wouldn't bring that 2 weeks ago, guys. How about Kimball Livestock Exchange? They've got the most impressive quote that I saw anywhere on Tuesday. It's your Mackerson, no BS, top quote for the day in Kimball, South Dakota. 70 head of steers weighed 832 pounds, bring $191.75, no bells and whistles. That's your feeder flash for Wednesday.